I'm back out in the lakes again today, and I brought the family out again. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since the last video where we went to Bleetarn. I said I was going to try and do a few more videos in between, and I have been going out, but haven't felt like videoing it. It's quite nice to just get out sometimes, and I've been out with friends and just on random adventures. But what we're going to do today is we're heading up towards a place called Burnmore Tarn. We went there in the Scarfell video a year or 2 back. It's probably quite a while back now. And then we're hoping to go up onto Illgill Head and to get the view down onto Wastwater and hopefully quite a good view of the mountains. Now, I've done today slightly different to usual, in which I've not done this before, and I usually do it first and then bring my parents, but I've got a feeling it's going to be quite nice, so I thought they'd be jealous of the pictures, so I just brought them along to begin with. So I could get chewed up because I think the climb up from Burnmore might be quite difficult, to be fair. So yeah, we've got that to look forward to. I think it'd be worth it. I might get some pictures on the way up. They're probably going to be more snaps though. I'm more interested in the view from the top, but yeah, I'm going to get going, see what we can see, and we'll stop when the views pop out really. Don't want to force anything, we'll try and get the good stuff. I've stopped a couple of times since I last had the camera out. I think this tree is my favourite of the stops, but there was also some other ones down there. There was a gateway again, then the sun was coming through the trees. It was bright on one side and dark on the other. I didn't bother getting a tripod out, so I'm not too sure how that worked out, but I've got the tripod out for this one, and I've dropped down low because down there's a gate, but it's got a sign on it, like a white piece of paper. But every now and again, the sun keeps breaking out and it's lighting up the right hand side of this tree. I've gone for a low composition, getting these reeds in to cover up the sign on the gate. And we're getting, this is a Scarfell up here, but I think this is working out really nice. I've zoomed in as far as I can. I'm at 70. I'm kind of tempted to go a bit wider and then make the tree really small, but my parents are like way over there now, so I'm going to do this quickly and then catch up with them because they're waiting for me now. Yeah, probably not going to stop again for a bit. We made it up to the town now. We're not actually going to drop down to the water's edge this time, but from here you get the view of the hunting lodge. You can look up to Scarfell. It's in the clouds at the moment, but hopefully that'll clear soon. And if I'm right, that's the hill that we're climbing to now. I think the map says that you sort of follow the base of that and then walk up the end of it. So I don't think it's going to be too steep. I don't want to jinx it. I've probably just jinxed it. It's probably going to be really steep. So I think we're going to drop down up to that path on the other side and follow that along, and then we should start to get views of Wastwater, which is what we came for. But going to grab a quick picture here. I'm kind of liking this bit here with the building in Scarfell. I think that frames up quite nicely. I also got one with the building and these hills here. I'll have to double check what they are later. Feels a bit Great Gabley here. I could be wrong though. But the last time that we came here in the videos, we followed that path down. There was a sort of broken bridge, a really boggy area. Then that hill there, that seemed to go on forever. Then we took a right and that was Screes and icy and a bit of a bastard, to be honest. And then you got the view from the top of Scarfell. Not convinced I'd do that one again. Probably will one day, but it's not really in the plans. So I think I'm gonna grab a couple more pictures here and then I'm gonna go catch up with the parents and we're gonna find our way up to that path and then hopefully get some views of Wastwater. I decided to change plans slightly. looked at the map and trying to do a circular route, so gone a bit steeper. Doing all right? I think I'm going to avoid conversations for a bit. So, I do think we are almost there. It's fine. That's famous last words. You're almost there now. It's just here. I think it's there. This is where I normally scout things out. Do feel a bit bad now, but I reckon this is going to be one of them hills that you climb, that you tick off, and then probably don't go back again. Like, I wouldn't do Scarfell again, but yeah, hopefully it's worth it. Made it up to the top now. I ran ahead of my parents, and I think the view that I want to get is here. We have a herd with sheep here, so I'm thinking I'm going to try and sneak up on that, get a little bit of Wastwater, get Great Gable and Scarfell. I just had the most awkward conversation with a Scottish couple. Well, there's 3 of them. They thought they're on Scarfell, so that conversation went down pretty well when they asked if this was a top. So yeah, paper maps. Bring a paper map. They work. Yeah, I want to get this. You at the cairn? You at the cairn?
We're at the cairn, the big cairn close to the gable.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Walk towards Wastwater. There's a stone wall. I'm just down there.
Okay, alright.
Okay, see you in a sec.
Yeah, see ya.
I think that worked out pretty well. My dad just phoned. I think they're up here, so I'm going to go and catch them. And then, yeah, we'll probably have dinner here, and I'll show you the views then. But I'll just go and find these. How did you find that climb?
Easy.
How would you feel if you got to the top there, but you thought you were climbing this one over here? I just had an awkward conversation with some Scottish people. They got to there and they thought they were going up Scarfell. It was awful. That was the worst conversation I've had.
What, they were going up Scarfell?
Yeah.
Why? They should have been going up Scarfell.
Yeah, and they got to the top. And then she looked me dead in the eyes and I had to tell her, and I was like, ah. So you might not like my route, but it could have been worse.
It was the last little bit which got me.
Where have they gone now?
Scarfell. Just grabbed a few pictures there. The wind picked up quite a lot, and we got a family picture. Got a picture of some Herdwick sheep with the view of Great Gable, the Screes and Wastwater in the bottom. But you get a great view from here. You can see almost all of Wastwater. I bet if you went over to that crag over there, you get it all. But from here, you can see the road leading down. I've forgotten the name of this one. I've had a mind blank, to be honest. I think this is a Great End. You got Pillar at the back. Got Great Gable over there. You got the Scarfell range over there. Got my parents there. And I feel like I've got a picture here and I really like that. Kind of want to go there, see if we can get a dramatic drop down. This is my spot. Then you get all the heather. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. You might like it here. Just watch your step. It's only a subtle change, but they can make quite a big difference. I think what I want to do is get Wastwater to start in the bottom corner, and then, you know what, I might even try a panorama here. So we'll first get the landscape shot, and then set up the tripod for a panorama and spin it around. I'm quite excited about this. I've watched come up here for years. We've come to Wastwater for quite a few years, kayaked on there, and this part is always the most impressive bit about coming here. To be honest, it looks steeper from the water's edge. It doesn't look... Well, there is a big drop down there. Where I'm stood, it's sort of a mound, and it drops. But it's cool. I don't know what it is about drops, it's just a bit more exciting. Yeah, I like this. A lot of people like sunrises and sunsets, which I do sometimes like, but I don't think you can beat a view like this. It's just different weather conditions, I guess. And the sun's coming. So quiet as well. I've been going through some old photos while being in lockdown, and I found quite a few with Wastwater that weren't on the shop, so they're now available as prints. I've pretty much overhauled the whole website, so everything should be easier, faster, and just better in general. So yeah, thank you for everyone that's been buying them and leaving reviews. It really helps out, and hopefully we'll be back to getting a lot more pictures now. Starting to get more into it again. Sort of faded out for a bit, but this is fun. I think what we're going to do on the way down is follow the ridge that we're meant to walk up. I took a detour because it made more sense in my head. I wanted to try and make a circular route out of this. So we came up, and then we're going to go down, and we should be able to circle around the back of the town. In theory, it'll probably be really boggy. So I think picture-wise, this is the place to get them. So I'll probably go here. My dad's just had the same idea. Don't know if you can see him. Go over to that ridge. What's it like over there, Dad? I got a thumbs up and this, so who knows. Let's go over there. Oh wait, I didn't do the panorama. So with the panorama, it's better if you get the tripod as level as possible. I've got a spirit level on mine, so it makes it a little bit easier. It just means that when you spin it around, everything sort of lines up a bit better. Gonna make sure the polarizer is properly twisted. And then the downside is the sun is there, so my shadow is there. So I'm not going to bother with a full one. Probably going to go for a 2:1 ratio, and then start Wastwater in the bottom left. I don't want my shadow in it. Yeah? There? My dad's found a good spot over there. He looks like he's right on the edge. I'm going to bracket on this as well. I left my bag at the top of the hill, so I don't have the filters on me, which is lazy, I'll give you that. But I don't really care. This way is going to work. think I'm pretty happy with how that laid out. Gonna run up here, grab our bags, and then my dad seems to have found a place over there. So I haven't had any dinner yet, so we'll grab a bite to eat, grab a picture there, and then carry on going. My dad found a good spot here on the edge. You get it's a bit more dramatic than before. It's a bit more of a challenge to photograph as well, to be honest. It's too sort of high to fit into 24mm. So we might have to go for the panorama again, but I'm gonna get a landscape shot above these rocks, then a portrait shot with the rocks, and then a panorama of the whole thing. I was wrong as well. I thought you'd get a full view of Wastwater here. It's a bit more around the corner, but still pretty cool. It's a little bit more exposed here, so the wind's catching it slightly. Yeah, that's cool. You're getting a sort of diffused shadow down in the bottom. I think if we make a Wastwater start in that bottom left corner, this could be the winner right here. I really like the shadows in the bottom of this scene. Makes me kind of want to do a close-up, but it's a bit abstract for me. I know I hate it once I get home. I'm not convinced on the portrait actually. We're going to go straight to the panorama. I don't really like how the rocks frame up with the mountains. I'm going to focus on the rocks in the bottom. Going relatively wide. And then we've got a bit of room to play afterwards. I always struggle knowing how panoramas are going to stitch together. My microphone decided to stop working here, but it was sort of the beginning of the end anyway. We walked a bit further down the ridge to get a different view of Wastwater, but we walked around the corner and the rocky screes sort of cut out most of the view, although we did get a slightly different angle where the sun was catching the high points on the screes, and it made a load of shadows and light spots and ridges, and that looked quite nice. It wasn't quite the view I was going for though, although I got one or two pictures here, and then we started to make our way back down because the 40-mile-an-hour winds were forecast for about 2 hours after we were there, and we kind of just wanted to get down before then. But pretty successful walk all around. I'm really happy with two of the pictures from the first spot we stopped at the top. I like the portrait shot of the sheep and one of the landscape shots with the sun hitting the Screes and Great Gable. I think those two are going to be available over on my shop, so if you want those views up on your walls, they're available now. I might do a few more actually. There is actually 2 or 3 that I like in there. But hope you like the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more, and check out my website for the prints. See you in the next one.